when I was growing up in school, I was always known as to be somewhat of a bigger kid compared to my classmates. Um, Especially when I got towards middle school, around there. But by the end of my sophomore year in college at Wartburg, May of 2009, I was in the worst shape of my life. And my dad, he said, "Yeah, you're getting kind of big. How much do you weigh?" And I said, "No, about 240 pounds." He's like, "Oh, 5'9", 240 pounds. That's not good." And during that sophomore year in college, I just didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. I ate a lot. Um, it was my first year in a long time that I didn't have sports to rely on staying in shape. I gave up football during camp during the fall or before school started because that's when I switched from music performance to music education for a major. I was jealous of all my friends, especially the ones back in high school that always had the better body, always had the advantage of just being able to talk to girls more and easier. And sometimes it seems like they don't even have to try, while I have to do all these things. I can't rely on my looks to get me far, take me to where I want to go. June 2009, June 1st, it was the beginning of a change for me. Um, my family and I all started to go on a diet, all started to eat healthier and be more active and lose more weight by the time that my sister got married in October. So I just basically cut out cut out some junk food, not all the time, but I stopped stuffing my face at night, or just in general. I didn't count my calories or anything like that. I didn't go to that extreme. But eating more protein, just eating smart. And I gave up pop for a while, and I started running miles more. It was tough at first, but I just became more consistent with it. And within the first 3 weeks, I lost 25 pounds. Just fell off like that. And then by the end of the summer, I ended up losing 50 pounds. And so got down to 190, and I felt pretty good. And then later on, that junior year at Wartburg, I lost 15 more. I ended up losing 65 pounds, and ended up getting down to 175. Nobody recognized me from that point on. They had to do a double take and be like, "Whoa, that's you! I can't believe it! I can give you a hug and put my arms around you now." It, it was a good feeling. I was confident. I felt good about myself, and I could just kind of walk around with more oomph, more of a strut, and feel better about myself just in general. My end of my first year teaching, um, I wasn't working out as much as I usually had back in college, and I saw an infomercial for Insanity, and I've always wanted to try that ever since I started getting in shape. I've seen so many commercials for it and how much it worked and how hard it looked, and so I was up late one night, saw a commercial, and I ordered it. And of course, I thought I was in pretty good shape when I got it in the mail, but that first day when we did the fit test, oh boy, that was such a wake up call. And but I got through it. I finished it, and I saw pretty good results by the end of that first round. Year teaching, I decided to do a second round and finish that. Of course, I started earlier and I finished before the school year got done, and I did a lot better, and it wasn't Fear of the Unknown. And then I saw DDP Yoga, and it was made by Diamond Dallas Page, former professional wrestler, and he's 58 years old. He's this guy. I watched him growing up when I started watching WCW World Championship Wrestling, and I saw this transformation video of a guy named Arthur, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, and a lot of people have shared it on Facebook. And I started doing it, and it does help. If for high impact stuff like Insanity, that's kind of a different story. But if you want flexibility, something that's easier for anybody to do, it's great. And I did it basically all summer, 2013, and it did help a lot. and I started showing some other people of the videos and the workouts that I do, and they all they all said the same thing. It's not yoga. It's actually hard. This past summer, I started running a lot more 5Ks. Uh, me and my me and my buddy Jordan started running a lot and training for 5Ks and 10Ks. We had this big 10K that we were supposed to run for. I ended up running in this 10K at the end of the summer, and I ended up getting first in my age group, which I never thought I'd ever do. Um, and so it feels really good to see how far I've come, and I know that a lot of people have confidence issues. They feel really self-conscious, and they feel the same way that I did when I was first started trying to lose weight. For those of you who think that you can't, listen, I understand. I've been there before. It's so easy just to say, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't lose the weight. There's just no way. But believe me, if a guy like me, starting out at 240 pounds, can get down to 180, 185, to be in the best shape of his life, turn his life around, just doing simple things. If you think you can't, believe me, you can. And it's all about finding that motivation. And I know it can be really hard sometimes, but you just got to take that one big step and go for it. I can't imagine going back to the way I was at that point at the end of my sophomore year in college. I can't. And I want to make sure that I'll never let myself go ever again. Find something that motivates you and look at yourself in the long run. Most importantly, do it for you. Dig deep inside yourself and tell her that you can. Because I know that you can. If I can, you can too.